it's Toshiba again here with the Joyful Warrior, and I'm just coming to you today really quickly to do an unboxing of our Civics / Social Studies series that we're going to use. So I decided not to get curriculum for it. I saw this, again, if you watch my other videos, you know that I've been having issues with impulsivity and buying things that are advertised on YouTube, not on YouTube, I'm sorry, on Facebook and Instagram. And so I saw these last year and I've been thinking about it, and I didn't know how we were going to use them because I like getting the kids introduced into real world things in story form. And so anyway, I saw these, and then there was a sale for the 4th of July that I just couldn't pass up. And so I'm gonna unbox. I'm sure you've all seen it. The Tuttle twins, and anything that has a twin or twins in already written into anything is like right up my alley. If you don't know, I have 2 sets of twins, and so anyway, I'm gonna unbox and show you a look inside of what they look like. So you get 8 books in here, and at the time for the 4th of July, there was like I think there was like a 30 or 40% off. No, actually, I think it was a 60% off because I had a code for 40, and this one was even better. So anyway, if you want to see what they're all about, just stick around. Oh yeah, and these are the beautiful flowers that my husband got me and thought I'd put in the shop before they die. Okay, so you get 8 books. The first one is about the law. The next one is called The Miraculous Pencil. Next one is called Creature from Jekyll Island. I should do, oh, sorry about the glare. This one is Food Truck Fiasco. This one is Road to Serfdom. Oops, glare. This one is The Golden Rule. This one is Atlas, or Search for Atlas. And the last one is Show Business. And so I haven't gotten a chance to look through them. They came in yesterday, and then we've been busy all day with the humidity and going all birthday parties, football parties, and church all day. So I really didn't even get a chance to look at them before making this video. So I'm kind of on the fly, but I just wanted to show you why I thought, one, because they're twins, and I have a set of boy twins and I have a boy-girl set of twins. But look, these are where they could read it themselves. We're actually gonna read these aloud together probably. There's 8 books, so I'm thinking we're only doing geography once or twice a week depending on the week, and so we'll probably do this the same day that we do geography and African American literature on those days. It's either be Tuesday or Thursday, or I've made 2 different schedules, so bear with me. I haven't shared that yet because I'm still trying to figure out what my volunteer schedule will be at church and what the boys' football schedule is, and what's the best day to have the full day of school and then our other days of school. So anyway, that's what they look like. If you want, what I'll probably do is I'll turn the camera around so that you can see what they look like, because they're full color illustrations. And just to give you an idea, this one says, children are often taught that government protects our life, liberty, and property, but could it be true that some laws actually allow people to hurt us and take our things? Join Ethan and Emily Tuttle as they learn about property, pirates, and plunder with the help of their neighbor, Fred. The twins will need to figure out what they can do to stop the bad guys in government. So it teaches them things, and it's based on this Frederic Bastiat. It's a French name, I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was a French political economist and classical liberal who wrote this book on the law. And so this one I watched a video on this one, The Miraculous Pencil, and so this one is, the twins are kind of going on an adventure to find out, and so they're teaching them how economics works in the free market through the making of a pencil, and like what all goes into the economics of creating, you know, a pencil with graphite and wood and an eraser, and where these things are sourced from. And that's like right up my alley. It's almost like a homeschooler's dream to kind of do, it's not unschooling, but to go backwards and see how we got the final product, and let's take that backwards and figure out how we can get the next one. I have no idea what the Creature from Jekyll Island is about. This is the 3rd adventure, and it uncovers the curious mystery of how a powerful creature is stealing their grandparents' hard-earned savings. I just assumed when I first read that it was about, you know, how people try to swindle people over the phone and elderly and take their money and kind of send them on a wild goose chase. That's what I was thinking. My husband used to have a food truck, so this one is kind of near and dear to me when I saw this one. This one's about disruptive businesses must fight against their crony competitors, the ones with friends in the government who try and protect them from innovative upstarts. So this is about how the big guys, I guess in my head, the monopolies take over the little guys who start like the mom and pop type of shops and that type of thing. So I'm just kind of giving you a rough overview. I haven't read them. I did read the backs of some of them, probably the first few, and then I didn't continue because I just didn't have time, to be honest with you. So just giving you an idea. I'm making a video, just giving you an idea of kind of what they're about. And so anyway, if you'd like to look into them further, I showed you a little flip through. They're full color. I think they're written for ages 6 to 10. And all my kids could easily read this. So they're on their level. They could read them if they want to. And so the stories sound really fun. Funny thing is that we're also doing Sassafras Science. That hasn't come in yet, but it should be in this week. And there are twins, boy-girl twins in that series as well. So my kids are gonna have a lot of fun reading about twin stories this year through civics and economics, and also through science this year. And so anyway, there are 3 more books. This one is about the golden rule, obviously the golden rule. And this one is about, all of them have to do with something in economics most of the time, and entitlement and responsibility and business and things of that nature. And this one's called Show Business. So again, if you want an in-depth look through of these, I'd be willing to do that if you want. We have not used them yet. We won't even be starting school for at least probably the 1st of September. My eldest will be going to school on the 21st, but my other kids won't be starting until that following week. Those are the guinea pigs making noise, and this might be the shortest video I've ever done. So if you want to see more videos like this, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more awesome videos and unboxings that we have. And there are kids slowly creeping up on me for some reason. Why? I'm about to sign off.
Guinea pigs are screaming because they're saying, don't stop the video.
Okay. You want to say bye?
Bye.
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 See you next time.
Bye. I'm eating candy. This is Mommy's shortest video.
It's getting long now because all of you are on it. So I decided to go ahead and give you a flip through of the books and give you a little review of this one. So I read this one yesterday, and this one just so happened to be about protecting your personal rights. You can tell that those of you who follow the Good and the Beautiful on Facebook, that a lot of the materials that they suggest are good and beautiful, or they're about kind of preserving your own right to have your own choices, which I can appreciate. This one was about their kids had the twins had a teacher in class tell them to go and do a research paper on being wise, which I thought was kind of general and kind of weird, and so they learned about wisdom at school, and they were to go home and find someone to teach them about wisdom, and they found Mr. Fred, who lives next door, who's wise, and Mr. Fred had the idea to walk them around the neighborhood and his home and show them why it was important for him, or for us as Americans, to have rights and what those rights mean. And it talked about he talked about where America got its first system of laws from, somewhere in this book about this French guy wrote, and which I'm interested in learning about because I don't know a whole lot about history, especially like American history. Anyway, I thought it was a cool book, interesting to say the least. It talked about how we have rights, and sometimes the government infringes on those rights, even though they're the reason that laws were created. And even though, like, this is given an example of if a neighbor stole something from you, then that will be a crime. So what do we call it when the government steals from you and make you give those things they steal to other people? Very interesting take on that, and it was called plunder, and they used an example of a pirate. So that's just a little insight to what book 1 was about, and about if you want to do nice things for people, then you should do it on your own, and not because someone or a governmental agency is forcing you to. And yeah, it was a little,
I mean, yes, thick. It was thick but I also can appreciate that. My kids need to know things like this, is why I purchased it. They need to learn them in a fun way, and my kids already have a heart of giving. And so anyway, that's what this first book is about. It's the only one that I've gotten through. If you ordered during that time, I'm not sure they do this all the time, you may download little workbooks that come with it. Activity books is what they call it. This is the one I've just kind of toyed with how I want to print it. Do I want to print to make it a little more fun? When my kids see a little short book that's like this, they are more apt to want to do it. My son's playing video games upstairs. So this is what came with it if you print it on the half page. My kids like word searches. We won't do all the stuff that's in here, but I printed it just so you guys could see what it was like if you printed on a half page. This is some of the fun activities that they have in here. Crossword, puzzle, dot to dot. I think they probably will be doing these things while I'm reading it, not to lose their interest, and then on the first day, and then to go back over it. If we do a 2-day thing, there's a couple more things, and then here there's a little bit more in-depth things. And you can pause if you want to read that. There's a Mad Lib game, and then there were some discussion questions and a service activity. So I thought that was cool. There's also a writing assignment for an older child, and here are some questions for group discussion. So if you have a child and you don't want to do this as like quote unquote curriculum, then you could just read these discussion questions. I mean, of course, you're gonna need to have read it to know the answers, because I didn't see an answer key. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit further detail of what it was like, and this is gonna make the video even longer than what I planned. And this is the first one that I printed. This goes with another one of the books. Sorry, it goes with this book. I printed it in color the very first time when I didn't know I could change all my settings on my printer. Same type of deal, a lot of fun. There's a coloring sheet, and there's a few coloring sheets actually. There's some copy work. This one's about inflation, bank, economy, barter. I kind of like that. I have a degree in business that I don't use at the moment. And when I try to explain things to my kids, sometimes it's too much of a higher level, and then sometimes it's right on. It's hit or miss with that. So anyway, the sheets are generally the same type of worksheet. I like this one. They get to come. Actually, my kids were excited when they saw this one because they get to come up with their own business, and we watch Shark Tank all the time, so they like that idea. Sorry, the guinea pigs. Once again, here's a maze. They like mazes. Most kids do. Another Mad Lib, another bingo. More discussion questions, and this one had that they could create their own currency. I feel like I've done a video on this, but I think I showed this on a live video once on YouTube one day. And a writing assignment. There's always a writing assignment if you want to go further in depth with an older child. And these actually, it tells, I guess, the story of the history of why they chose this for title for the book. And that's it.